I think there's a lot of confusion about due process, what it is, who has a right to it. I talk about reading a lot on my page, and today I thought, I'm gonna read the Constitution. This is Section 1 of the 14th Amendment, okay? No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. I think it's super important to note that when you're looking at the paragraph for the 14th Amendment as a whole, they use the word citizen twice. But when they're talking about who is entitled to due process of law, they use the word person, not citizen. Moving on. Now, what is due process? What does it look like? There are certain procedures that need to take place under due process. If you are being detained, you have a right to know what is happening and what you're being detained for, and you also have a right to a fair trial. Recently, there have been numerous cases of people being deported through a process called expedited removal, meaning people are being deported without seeing a judge first. Expedited removal has been around for a bit, but it was only really applied to people who they caught right at the border. Now it's happening to people well within the United States. In January 2025, the administration changed it to extend to anyone who couldn't show proof that they had physically been in the United States for the past 2 years. What is the problem with that, you ask? I'll tell you. If someone is being kidnapped, which they're being kidnapped, what are the odds that they'll have a piece of documentation showing they've resided within the United States for the past 2 years? And if the removal is expedited, they won't receive their Fifth Amendment right to stand in front of a judge and argue why their removal shouldn't be expedited. Do you see why this is dangerous? Let's read the Fourth Amendment. It is the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So I'm just curious, did the people in the Home Depot parking lot just look extra suspicious that day? If we are respecting the words of the Constitution, the people who are being detained have a right to a fair trial to investigate whether there was probable cause to be detained in the first place. That's why we're protesting. And I ask you this, genuinely. If you are someone who believes that the government should be able to strip away someone's right to a fair trial, an investigation into whether there was probable cause for their detainment in the first place, are you comfortable saying that you disagree with the Constitution of the United States?